back to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert, here with my friend Jimmy Choi, and we were talking about growing the Parkinson's community at the end of our last episode, which I think is really important because, we know, right, fastest growing neurological disease in the world, the evidence that Dr. Dorsey and Dr. Oken are so good about getting out there. Awesome, love it. However, there's a risk of it being siloed, of people externalizing, going, oh, that's just them, for one othering old white men, which is wrong. What if it was just old white men? It's not. Clearly, you as a young onset person of color, hey, that's, you break the mold right away, which is great. Another way of doing it is in this film. And, I wonder about that from an entertainment standpoint. Can you talk about, like, I guess, the Trojan Horse approach? It's the message is wrapped up inside of something good.
Right. Yeah. And I think what you said is right on point, right? The Trojan Horse approach. It's presenting information to people without them realizing that that's what the point, that's what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So with a film, we're trying to entertain with the content of the film itself, but the content of the film itself happens to be a Parkinson's subject, right? But people are watching the films because people are tuned in to the film because people enjoy watching television or movie or whatever it might be, and then it's the aspects of the struggles of the characters in it, right? The story development within the characters. People want to learn and they want to be a part of that character and be engulfed into that world, and it stems that in their imagination. But during that entire process, what we're actually doing is we're also giving them Parkinson's information, facts and data, and give people a glimpse of how a person with Parkinson's lives in a daily life and what their daily struggle might look like, right? But at the same time, a person who doesn't have Parkinson's can relate to the story because they could be dealing with some kind of adversity themselves, not necessarily have to be Parkinson's, but they can feel the character's pain, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm dealing with this, and hey, I'm dealing with that, and I am, in my relationships, this is happening in my relationship. Oh, mate, that's happening to me. So now they're relating to the actual film itself, not necessarily to the content, but they're also learning. Like at the end of the day, when they think back to the film, they're going to think, oh, I remember them mentioning this about Parkinson's, and I remember this, and these are just things that how we can package, awareness around the things that we do, right?
Yeah, the relatability is such a big thing you brought up there that, we do go for a transferent type of experience, right? That's me. When we see a film and we see somebody up on the screen, and we're like, oh my God, that's me. Like my favorite film here, Shawshank Redemption, right? I've never been to prison, thankfully. Never been even closely involved in a murder or a divorce or anything like that. However, Andy, yeah, right. As a married man, we're always in danger. The idea, though, with Andy of seeing the human struggle in that space is so eternal for me, of trying so hard to break against a system that seems impossible. And to me, that's a metaphor for Parkinson's, right? I mean, we've been at this for decades, both of us have, and there's a potential for this to feel impossible and to become hopeless. And in that film, hope is one of the many and very strong central themes, and not hope through passivity, but hope through activity, right? It's a very it's not like this soft mamby-pamby, oh, I hope. No, it's active. I'm showing you hope with every scratch of the wall that I do, with every, chess move I do versus the checkers that are being played. That's part of the struggle with Parkinson's, I feel. Do you feel that way too, about keeping the hope alive in a fresh way?
Absolutely. People always ask me, like, how do I stay so positive, right? Yeah. And it doesn't always have to be positive. And the thing is, my entire day can be a crap show, right? But at the end of the day, then my dog comes up to me and, she puts her nose on my knees and then just gives me a little nudge. That in itself is a small gesture, but it makes me feel so good that it could be the positive that I take away for the day, right? Forget everything else that happened because it already happened. Now this moment that's happening right now, my dog's got her nose on my knee. She's looking for attention. She loves me regardless whether or not I have Parkinson's, regardless whether or not I had a terrible day. And it goes the same, right? Finding just that little ray of sunshine in a day of cloud and rain. It could be my dog, it could be my kids, whatever it is, right? Or even someone saying something nice online.
Yeah.
Just
you reminded me of a moment. You've seen Jaws, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So there's a moment where Roy Scheider is just, he's done, right? Like this is overwhelming, and he's at the dinner table and he's just like this. And his son starts doing just what he's doing. Like he mirrors or reflects back to his dad, his action. And he sees it happening. He starts doing this, and the son starts doing that. And it's this beautiful, like 30-second little game that his little 5-year-old son plays with him that does exactly what you're saying. And that's the humanity. We all know that moment when we've had a crap show day and somebody just freaking rescues us through something simple.
Right. I'm always looking for the redeeming quality in anything that I do, right? That silver lining, whatever you want to call it. And then I focus on that instead of all the negative things that's happened.
So there's the how. When people ask you, how can you do it? There's the how. Do you mind if we come back for another episode? Because we're about time. I want to.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's come back. See you in just a moment, my friend.